Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Jaquan Brisker is starting a beef with one of Bears' 2025 opponents. If you weren't sure Jaquan Brisker is ready for the 2025 season, he's leaving no doubts with his actions on Twitter. Things took an interesting turn when a video surfaced of star Dallas Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb speaking to a fan about what free agency can do for teams. He describes how it can be an instant jolt for organizations that he describes as buns. It was then he listed the Chicago Bears as one such example, calling them terrible last season. Their strong push in free agency wasn't a surprise. Let's just say Brisker took exception to those comments. For one, he doesn't understand why Lamb is opening his mouth considering the Bears play the Cowboys this upcoming season. For another, it is important to mention that Dallas was 7-10 last year, just 2 games better than Chicago. It takes a lot of undeserved guts to call another team trash when yours wasn't much better. He has hinted for months that he felt the decision to shut him down for the rest of 2024 after his concussion against Carolina was overkill. Whether it was head coach Matt Eberflus or somebody else, he feels he could have returned. It didn't happen. That gives him all sorts of juice to prepare for a big return in 2025, to say nothing of the fact that it will be a contract year. Now Lamb decides to throw a little more gas on the fire with those comments. You can bet he'll have the Dallas game circled on his calendar once the schedule comes out later this year. Brisker had a great game against them as a rookie in 2022, notching 9 tackles and a sack. Don't be surprised if he produced an even better sequel. Less time tweeting Cowboys star attacked by former teammate on social media. The Dallas Cowboys are quickly seeing one of their star players participating in some online arguments. Micah Parsons saw one of his former teammates say something in an interview, and the drama ensued. It has been announced that defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence has left the Cowboys after 11 seasons. He took aim at his former team on his first day as a Seahawk. "Dallas is my home," Lawrence said. "I made my home there. My family lives there. I'm forever gonna be there, but I know for sure I'm never gonna win a Super Bowl there. So, yeah. We here." Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons didn't like the comment, at all. "This what rejection and envy look like," Parsons said. "This some clown sh*t. Is it, though? The Cowboys haven't played for the ability to play in the Super Bowl in 30 years. The gap between them and the best teams in the NFL seems to be getting wider. In whatever time the 32-year-old Lawrence has left, his chances of winning a Super Bowl in Dallas seem to be on the slim side." However, Lawrence wasn't about to back down from Parsons. The Dallas Cowboys and Seattle Seahawks are not scheduled to play against each other in 2025. If they meet, it will have to be in the playoffs. Here is a look at Lawrence's career stats. It is not often you get 2 All-Pro NFL players exchanging barbs about each other online. Let alone, longtime former teammates. But that is exactly what has happened between former Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence and current edge rusher Micah Parsons. It began when Lawrence joined the Hawk Blogger podcast with Brian Nemhauser and dropped a Cowboys-related bomb. "Dallas is my home, it's my family's home, but I know for sure I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl there." It did not take long for Parsons to react. He replied to Lawrence's tweet with one of his own, saying "This what rejection and envy look like, this some clown **t. That response makes you wonder whether Lawrence attempted to remain in Dallas and the team did not give him what he wanted. Apparently, Lawrence was not all too appreciative of being called a clown. He fired back a scathing personal attack that likely hits home for Parsons. "Calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left. Damn Gina." Micah Parsons is of course known for his social media presence, as well as his podcast. NFL fans have been split on the argument surrounding the frequency of Parsons' podcast, which he records weekly during the regular season. Clearly, the former Cowboy is taking a direct shot at Parsons' work ethic, something you rarely see in professional sports. Concurrently, the Cowboys are also known for not winning. They are still a preeminent franchise in the NFL. The star on the Cowboys' helmet is one of the most universally recognized symbols in all of sports. That led to the franchise being nicknamed America's team. Yet, they have not even reached a Super Bowl in almost 30 years. Meanwhile, Lawrence signed a 3-year, $42 million contract with the Seattle Seahawks, with $18 million guaranteed during the NFL offseason. But it is interesting to see him taking a shot at Parsons and the Cowboys' Super Bowl chances. The Seahawks appear to be going in reverse this offseason. They currently have the 19th best odds of winning a chip, going off at 48-1. The Dallas Mavericks' Luka Doncic trade has crossed multiple barriers, having been referenced unprompted by fellow NBA players, on late-night talk shows, and now, even by one of the biggest sports stars in Dallas, Cowboys wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. While talking with streamer N3 On, Lamb gave his thoughts on the Doncic trade, which saw the Slovenian superstar shipped to the Los Angeles Lakers. "I'm not going to lie, they killed the city with that one, bro," Lamb said. "I wasn't even expecting that. I don't know, I think that happened at I don't even know what time it happened, but I remember where I was when I saw it, and I thought it was fake." Lamb, who was drafted by the Cowboys in 2020 and signed an extension with Dallas in August, was not alone in thinking the trade was fake. Shams Charania, the reporter who broke the news of the trade, had to reassure his followers that his X, formerly Twitter, account was not hacked and that the deal was indeed legitimate. The reason there was so much skepticism about the deal being real was because Doncic, undoubtedly one of the best and most popular players in the NBA, had just led the Mavericks to their first NBA Finals appearance in 13 years. Doncic has been a perennial MVP candidate the last few seasons as well, making it hard to see why any team would be willing to part ways with a player of that caliber. Miles Sanders plans to sign with Cowboys. The Cowboys are adding their second free agent running back of the week. Free agent running back Miles Sanders plans to sign a 1-year deal with the Cowboys, according to Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. Sanders will join fellow free agent signing Javonte Williams in a revamped backfield in Dallas. Sanders was cut by the Panthers this week, and he's effectively trading places with running back Rico Dowdle, who was the Cowboys' leading rusher last year and signed with the Panthers this week. The Panthers didn't get what they were hoping for from Sanders, who made more than $13 million in Carolina while rushing for only 637 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Now the Cowboys will hope that putting Sanders in a 1-2 punch with Williams can give them a rushing attack that takes some pressure off Dak Prescott and the passing game. And you fan? What do you think about Miles Sanders' situation? Write to us in the comments.